Has anybody ever asked you for advice and then not taken it? So you have invested your time, energy, passion, knowledge, life experience into somebody else, and technically they've wasted your time because you gave them advice and then they completely ignored you. How did it make you feel? And do you do it, would you want to do it again? It's an interesting word I was shared a long time ago called ask-hole, which is a person that asks for advice and then doesn't take it. So how do we know if we're going to invest time with the right person? If somebody asks for your advice, do they really want it? Are they going to waste your time? You can't get time back. And that's the really big thing when it comes to sharing your knowledge, experience, the things that you've done in your life. If you want to share them with other people, that takes time. And you can never get time back if it's been wasted. You can always make more money, but you can't get more time. So there's two parts to this. If you're going to ask somebody's advice, please don't be an ask-hole. Please be the person that does the research, study, analyzes, does everything you possibly can yourself to find out about that particular area of expertise, so that when you go to somebody to ask advice, you can actually say that. So I've studied, researched, looked into, read about, and this is what I found. I don't think I've got all the information yet. You're the expert. Could you please help me? And is it possible that an expert is more likely to help you if you go to them with that kind of information? So you've done everything you possibly can on your own. And I always use this as an example. My father taught me this as a little girl. The best place to find a helping hand is at the end of your own arm. So the best place to get help, advice, research, study, analyse is to do it all yourself first. And then if you think somebody can help you, go and ask fully prepared. Now, if you ask for somebody's advice and then you don't take it, there's a couple of things there. You might not appreciate their advice. You might think that they're wrong. But could it be a really good idea then to research and analyse and study the right person to get advice from, so that you don't waste somebody's time? Because if somebody's prepared to give you advice and you don't take it, what are they going to think of you? They may never give advice again because you annoyed them. So that takes away from somebody else's experience, because somebody else might go to them to ask for advice and they don't want to give it anymore because you wasted their time. And I'll ask you the question again. If somebody does that to you, how does it make you feel? And if it's ever happened to you, and I'm an old lady who many people have asked for my advice about stuff, and I just don't give it anymore. The only thing I ever do now is ask questions. So if somebody says to me, Rowie, can you please give me advice? Can you please help? Can you please tell me what you think? My answer is always, what do you think? What research and study have you done yourself? Because there's a great question to be asked there. Are people more likely to believe themselves or believe somebody else? And it doesn't matter how impressive somebody is, or how much experience they've got, or how many world championships they've won, or whether they're a billionaire. We're as humans are very selfish people, and we are more likely to believe ourselves rather than believe somebody else. The next part of this very interesting question is, how many people are you going to ask for advice? Because if you go to 5 different people, you might get 5 different pieces of advice, but now you've wasted 5 people's time, because each one of those people has a different life experience. They've got different information to share, yes. They've got different knowledge, yes. But the beautiful thing about experts is they've usually written a book, or they've done a podcast, or they've done a documentary, or a documentary's been done about them. So you could probably go and find out the very best person to get advice from. And I'm sharing this with you because I'm very privileged. I'm in a circle of influence of very smart, intelligent, successful people who get really annoyed, and they share it with me regularly. This person came to me, wasted my time, asked me for advice, and then they never took my advice. And it's disrespectful, of course, and people, when they feel disrespected, obviously feel angry. The other interesting side note there, one of the most disrespectful things you can ever say to somebody is, can I take you out for a cup of coffee and pick your brain? A cup of coffee is maybe $5, $10. The person, if you really think that their advice is important and they're really good at what they do, or they're an expert in that area, wouldn't it be disrespectful to think that their time is only worth $5 or $10? And if you really want great advice, research the best person to give you advice and then be prepared to pay for it. Now, if somebody is a multi-millionaire, billionaire, and you want to earn $100,000, is it possible the information that they can give you will be worth a lot of money? So maybe it's a research again to look into how much is it going to be worth for me to invest in their time, their experience, their knowledge. How much am I prepared to invest in them financially so that they know that I'm serious? Now, there's a lot of very wealthy people with lots of experience who are very successful who will never take your money. But the fact that you've offered is just a very special, respectful thing to do. So, and I'm going to ask the question again. If somebody comes to you and asks for your advice, it's a beautiful feeling, yeah? It's a great ego stroke. This person thinks I can help them. But if you then invest time into somebody and they don't take your advice, is it possible that you would feel disrespected? So there's that interesting, and I was brought up with the golden rule, which is do unto others as you'd like done unto you, which I think is a very disrespectful, very rude rule, because what I want and the way I feel and the things that I believe are very different to somebody else. So I like the platinum rule, which is do unto others as they would like to be done unto them. So if you would like somebody to treat you respectfully, is it possible that we need to be respectful of other people, but we need to find out what that actually means? And could it be, it's very nice to ask somebody for advice. It strokes their ego and they're going to feel good. But could it be a really good idea to consider what time, energy, effort they're going to put into you, and then don't be an arsehole. Don't be the person that asks for advice and doesn't take it, or don't be the person that asks for advice and doesn't appreciate it. Even if you don't use somebody's advice, could it be a really good idea to thank them? Please don't send a text message or an email. Buy them a gift. Send them a present in the mail. Some special thing that says, I really appreciate your time and effort, and I want to thank you so much for investing that time and effort in me, rather than just, please can I take you out for a cup of coffee and pick your brain. Please don't be an arsehole. Please be a respectful, kind, beautiful person, because I'd reckon that we'd all like other people to treat us with respect too. So the golden rule, do unto others as you'd like done unto you. How about we apply the platinum rule, which is do unto others as they would like done unto them, and perhaps we should find out the way they want to be treated, and the only way to do that is to ask. So yes, ask, but please don't be an arsehole. Live your life to the max. Woohoo!